Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our top stories tonight. TRA reviews its performance, sets the bar higher. Optimism high as DIRA 2050 set for launch.
We have come to the conclusion of the drafting of the Vision 2050. This process started in 2023 by the approval of the President of the core technical team.
Good evening, I am Kanki Mwegomole. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook and X pages at TBC Online. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has directed the Tanzania Revenue Authority, TRA, to explore ways to increase tax collection proficiency, including establishing of better means to ensure voluntary tax compliance amongst foreign investors. He issued the directive while officiating TRA's special meeting earlier today in Arusha, stressing that TRA should ensure sufficient knowledge is given to all taxpayers on tax payment laws, as well as conducting regular inspections to ensure tax compliance.
Tanzania.
For the Tanzania Revenue Authority, the creativity shown in obtaining significant revenue should continue, as this innovation has brought great success. The friendly methods you are using should be further developed, but there is also a need for both professional and modern approach. This should be in line with the adhering to laws, good governance, regulations, and dignity. The President has emphasized the importance of dignity in tax collection.
Kassim Majaliwa, Prime Minister, has furthermore commended TRA for successfully collecting 32.26 trillion shillings, equivalent to 103.9% of the target set of collecting 31.05 trillion shillings, instructing the Ministry of Finance to continue to improve the policies, laws and tax systems so as to ensure high tax collection and prosperity of economic activities.
Na hasa katika kuwafikia walipa kodi.
We have seen how the authority has strengthened, especially in reaching out to taxpayers, listening to them, serving them, and educating them about the importance of tax payment. The level of tax revenues achieved is substantial, and the reports indicates that our authority has successfully collected over 32.26 trillion shillings, achieving an efficiency of 103.9% against a target of 31.05 trillion shillings. This is a historical milestone.
Commissioner General Yusuf Mwenda adds that in the financial year ending June 30th, 2025, the authority has spent more than 1.2 trillion shillings for tax refund to taxpayers, the highest amount since the inception of the authority.
Tunaoanza tunatakiwa kukusanya trilioni 36 mapato ghafi.
In this financial year, we are expected to collect 36 trillion in gross revenue, with 34 trillion being net revenue for mainland Tanzania, 875 billion being net revenue for Zanzibar, and 1.2 trillion in additional funds that we will collect to refund taxpayers as a rebate.
TRA Commissioner General has announced that in this financial year, TRA plans to collect 36 trillion shillings as a gross revenue. The Minister of Planning and Investment, Professor Kitila Mkumbo, says President Samia Suluhu Hassan is expected to launch National Vision 2050, well known as DIRA 2050, in Dodoma on Thursday, July 17th, 2025, following the finalization of the blueprint. Professor Mkumbo made the remarks in Dar es Salaam while speaking to editors, adding that the DIRA 2050 process involved 13 key steps to ensure full participation of all concerned stakeholders.
We have come to the conclusion of the drafting of the Vision 2050. This process started in 2023 by the approval of the president of the core technical team and the launch of the data collection system.
Received approval from the Cabinet and Parliament in June 2025.
5 this year, the Cabinet of the United Republic of Tanzania approved the vision. So we now have the Vision 2050, which is famously known as DIRA 2050. The DIRA 2050 was also endorsed by the Parliament on 26th of June this year. We therefore effectively have the vision for 2050. We shall now be preparing the long-term perspective plan, which will guide the implementation of this vision going forward.
The formulation of the DIRA 2050 commenced in April 2023, where it is targeted to advance to an upper middle income country by 2050. To understand more on the vision set in DIRA 2050 and the work ahead, my colleague Nasa Kingo speaks with the Minister of Planning and Investment, Professor Kitila Mkumbo, and here he starts by explaining the work ahead for the country to truly reach the goals set.
We have the aspirations, so the next, what follows really is much more important, is the execution. We'll have to work harder. We will have to ensure that we embrace meritocracy. We'll have to ensure that we embrace integrity. We'll have to ensure that we embrace innovation. And this is what we expect our head of state to be communicating next week. So from next week, we'll be talking about how do we execute the DIRA 2050. Hard work lies ahead, but we believe that we are very ambitious in terms of targets, but we believe these are achievable within our means.
At times, to achieve goals, a country also would depend on external forces, and we're living at really unpredictable time. How much we as Tanzanians and the government as well is ready even to work on our own, in it be not depending on external support that sometimes might change unpredictably.
What is going on now is that country is becoming inward looking. Every country is trying to take care of her own interest, and therefore Tanzania is also going to be doing the same, which is why one of the key themes within the Vision 2050 is the question of self-reliance. We'll have to become much more self-reliant because we no longer really depend on aid as we used to have in the 1960s, 1970s, even 1980s and 1990s. This time around, we don't have any uncle. We don't have an aunt anywhere. We'll have to become our uncles, our aunts, ourselves, which means we have to really use our resources much more appropriately. We have to work even harder. But that does not mean that we are going to dislink ourselves from the international community. We will continue being members of the East African community, members of SADC, but also members of the international community, but actually relying much more on ourselves. We have to do trade, we have to do investment, rather than depending on aid, for example, as it used to be in the case in the 1960s, 70s, and 1980s. So this is the direction we're going to be taking.
Maybe finally, as we wait for the president to launch the DIRA 2050 on Thursday, on 17th, maybe some of the viewers might want to know what are the key areas or key goals or key factors that have been incorporated in this DIRA 2050 that you think the public might want to know?
We'll be availing the contents of the DIRA 2050 next week, but just to highlight, one of the biggest ambition is for Tanzania to become an upper middle income country, to move from the current GDP of about $85 billion to $1 trillion by 2050, to move from the current 1,277 GDP per capita to around $7,000 GDP per capita by 2050. So we have really very ambitious targets that we have set ourselves. The aim is to ensure that we grow our economy, we improve our people's welfare, we improve the living standard of our people, so that, for example, we are really talking about ending abject poverty by 2050. So these are some of the targets that we have set ourselves, but we shall be availing much more next week.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I know that we have spoken briefly, but we hope that we'll speak, we'll have even deeper conversation on the Dira 2050 after the official launch on 17th, Thursday, this month. Back to you, Kanki Maigomole.
Thank you so much, Nasa King, with that insight. In other news, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and East Africa Cooperation, Ambassador Mahmoud Thabit Kombo, has reaffirmed Tanzania's commitment to placing health at the center of its foreign policy and economic diplomacy agenda. Ambassador Kombo made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during the 5th MUHAS Convocation Symposium, insisting that this strategic positioning has already attracted a growing number of foreign nationals seeking medical treatment in Tanzania, whereby up to date 22 bilateral agreements have been signed with countries in the SADC and East African regions, enabling their citizens to access healthcare services in Tanzania.
After the launch of our new foreign policy by Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, I must congratulate MUHAS for picking up their part out of the guideline, because the same day the economic diplomacy guideline was launched by Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. And in the economic diplomacy guideline, there are different sectors. I would say all the sectors are covered by diplomacy, because diplomacy touches all the sectors.
Furthermore, both organizers and participants of the symposium emphasize the importance of integrating international diplomacy with global health strategies as a means to promote sustainable development across the region.
The activities and processes that uses diplomatic tools to addressing healthcare challenges that transcends borders. So we have just concluded the international health relation negotiations, also concluded the international negotiations on pandemic agreement and accord, which are actually focusing on equity, having equity between developed nations and developing nations.
Her Excellency, the President of United Republic of Tanzania, recently launched the Economic Diplomacy Guideline and Foreign Policy Guideline, and we believe that health sector plays a big role in this policy and therefore the guideline in advancing global health and international diplomacy here in Tanzania and globally. And we're happy that we've had different countries being represented here and looking forward to fruitful collaborations in research, innovation, healthcare training with the institutions that are coming from other countries internationally.
We congratulate the country and the University of Muhimbili, and we also say as South Africa that we are ready to partner with you, even though we are already doing a lot of work together with Tanzania with respect to health issues.
To understand more on advancing global health through international diplomacy, we are joined live by the head of internationalization and convocation, MUHAS, Dr. Mariam Amor. Welcome to the studio. Dr. Mariam, how do you see the global health diplomacy shaping the future of Tanzania's healthcare system and its role within the East African region?
Thank you for that question. And when we talk about health, global health diplomacy, it entails how countries come together through involvement of different stakeholders. So this can be the government, international health organizations, NGOs, academic institutions, private sectors, and civil society organizations. So today at MUHAS, we brought stakeholders from different fields to have a panel discussion to discuss issues related to global health diplomacy and how this can improve our health sector, and this can be through multi-sector negotiations in health, in trade, and environment, in ensuring health system delivery. For example, currently Tanzania is well placed in this area. We have representatives in the region, as we saw Dr. Ntuli Kapologwe, the Director General of Eastern Central Southern African Health Community, and we have Professor Mohamed Janabi, Executive Director of WHO Afro region, as well as a representative from Tanzania that works in Africa CDC. So through having Tanzanians representative, it will increase influence in matters related to health, diplomacy, and negotiations, and also strengthen healthcare system in Tanzania.
On that note, can you share examples where international collaboration has directly contributed to strengthening Tanzania's health care delivery, whether through research, workforce development, or health infrastructure?
Yes, so I can give example through MUHAS. So at MUHAS, we have around 200 research collaborations going on, and this is with several international institutions, and we collaborate in key 18th priority research area in different diseases and disciplines. And when it comes to training, we've had different international institutions collaborating with MUHAS, and several super specialized training that are taking place at MUHAS. For example, we have interventional radiology, where we have colleagues from the United States of America coming to train our specialists here in that area in collaboration with faculty here at Muhimbili National Hospital and MUHAS. And through this, we also have other doctors from the region coming to train in Tanzania. So there's a lot going on in terms of research, in terms of training through international collaborations, giving MUHAS as an example.
And how is Tanzania, through institutions like MUHAS, preparing a generation of health professionals and researchers who are ready to contribute to global health diplomacy and regional cooperation?
So we have the Internationalization and Convocation Unit at MUHAS, and through our unit, we help MUHAS students, MUHAS alumni to identify opportunities internationally. So we have a desk to help our students and alumni to advance in their careers internationally. We also have several international students coming to MUHAS and being training together with students here in Tanzania. We also have a curriculum that prepares our students to be able to be employed anywhere in the world. So I can give an example. Even the panelists that we saw here today are all MUHAS graduates. We have Dr. Ntuli, who is now the Director General of East African, Eastern, Southern, Central African Health Community. We had Dr. Marina Njelekela in the panel as well, who is Associate Director for Deloitte. We have Professor Julie Makani, who is MUHAS graduate and also Professor of Hematology at MUHAS, who currently is a science advisor of XHC as well as the British High Commission in London. So this is, so we have students that are being prepared, but we also have previous students and faculty that are doing a lot globally and internationally.
Dr. Mariam Amore, what are some of the key challenges?
Okay. We have, as His Excellency the Minister said, we currently, the President currently launched the Economic Diplomacy Guideline and Foreign Policy. However, this is mainly based on health. So we don't have we don't have a guideline for health diplomacy. So this is, once we have this guideline, it can also help us shape on how we engage ourselves in such collaborations. And other challenges, as you've seen is what is happening now globally in terms of funding and funding cuts. We were used to collaborations in certain regions, especially in health. But now we are open to other regions in order to collaborate in issues related to health. So we are opening doors to Asia and in the Middle East to collaborate in issues in health, whilst in the past it was mainly based on political and economic collaborations.
Well, looking ahead, what strategic priorities should Tanzania pursue to ensure that health diplomacy continues to support national development, and what role should institutions like MUHAS play in that journey?
So one, through the guideline to guide us, and also through training. So through MUHAS, we have specialists that can train us in international health, and train government agencies, government sectors in different aspects of international health in order to be able to cater such needs when they go globally to make negotiations or to participate in any global conversations in relation to health.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Mariam Amore.
Thank you.
Tanzania continues to scale up and implement responsibly the plastic waste to cooking gas technology, which potentially reduces plastic pollution by providing a valuable use for waste that would otherwise end up in landfills or as litter. Here's a report by Malio Cheto, read by Roba Stephen.
This is a small factory named Nishati Mix, led by its director Neema Mosh, who won 25 million shillings to develop a project of converting plastic waste into cooking gas following competition conducted by European Union in collaboration with the UNDP. Neema says her dream has come true.
But trust me, one step at a time can make you go to places which you never imagined. So you can always start here. You can start with this energy efficiency challenge, and it can open up so many opportunities for you as it opened for us. So for us, it gave us funding. It gave us advisors. It gave us a plot where we have built our first factory, and we are still going on and going strong, and we know that we are going to build something really great, and we cannot wait to welcome you in this journey. So make sure you apply, and you never know what will happen next.
The project aims to attract as many new innovations as possible to ensure efficient energy use among us Tanzanians, while also assisting in environmental conservation. Like Nehema, another young person, Horus Pius, has developed a system to control household electricity consumptions using mobile phones.
First of all, you need to believe in yourself. And for this fund, you need to apply. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about what are people saying about you. Just feel okay. Is that you? So just doing what you just do. Take your innovation, believe in your innovation, believe in your goals, and you can succeed this goal because the fund is yours. I believe that.
The second phase of the competition is publicly announced here, where technology innovators are invited to compete for 250 million shillings to advance their innovations in energy-efficient technology in the country.
We came here to launch a second round of our innovation challenge for the energy efficiency here in Tanzania, targeting local innovators, especially young people and women in the area of energy efficiency. So today here we are at the Tildo office, and we are launching this, especially this year. We are targeting to support local innovators. It's 25 Tanzanian shillings million, 25 million Tanzanian shillings each innovations. So we're going to support around 10 innovators here in Tanzania.
As the challenge begins with this new round, I encourage all participants. Your ideas have the power to transform lives. Efficient energy use means stronger public finances, more competitive industries, and a healthier environment. Innovation in energy efficiency creates opportunity for jobs, entrepreneurship, and economic growth. And this is ultimately what the European Union is trying to promote.
The Ministry of Energy, in collaboration with the European Union and the United Nations Development Programme, has allocated approximately 27 billion shillings to promote efficient energy use project in the country.
In case you missed any of our news stories, remember you can always go to our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and watch anytime, anywhere. Before concluding the local news tonight, let's have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday. Sports news is up next. And in sports, Tanzania national team Taifa Stars head coach Hemed Morocco says as the national team camps in Egypt, this will give the team a conducive training environment as they are gearing up for CAF African Nationals Championship CHAN that will take place in Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya. Speaking to TBC News in Zanzibar, head coach Morocco adds that Taifa Stars will play friendly matches that will help them that will help them and help the team more competitive before the kickoff of the competition.
We will stay there for 10 days. Good preparation. What I believe that is good atmosphere there. We'll try to train hard on 2 weeks, and then we play some games there, friendly game, and I believe that is going to be good camp. And then we are coming back home.
Tanzania will toss the first card in the opening competition game against Burkina Faso at the Benjamin Mkapa in front of its fans, keeping in mind that winning the first match will boost the morale of players as well as its fans. And that's the end of the sports news. Now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello, dear viewer. Welcome again to the next 24 hours forecast, starting tonight at 9 p.m. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, my name is Ramadan Omari. Cold to cold temperatures expected to persist over some areas of our country, especially over the southwestern highland. And the lowest minimum temperature is expected to be 80 degrees Celsius in Mbeya and the Njombe region. And the wind is expected to flow at 50 kilometers per hour, especially over the coastal areas. While over Lake Victoria, Lake Rukwa, and the southern part of Lake Tanganyika, wind speed is expected to reach 40 kilometers per hour. Over northern part of Lake Tanganyika, wind speed is expected to reach 20 kilometers per hour. And over Lake Nyasa, wind speed is expected to reach 30 kilometers per hour. And TMA has issued a warning of strong wind exceeding 40 kilometers per hour and large waves exceeding 2 meters over the coastal areas. Also, TMA has issued an advisory of strong wind reaching 40 kilometers per hour and large waves reaching 2 meters, especially over Lake Victoria, Lake Rukwa, and the southern part of Lake Tanganyika. So necessary precautions should be taken over those areas. And tomorrow, we're expecting thunder shower over a few areas, especially over Kagera and the Mara region. While over the northern coast, we're expecting light rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. The remaining regions are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions and sun periods. And now, let's have a look on the next further forecast over some regions of our country. In Dar es Salaam, light rains are expected over a few areas. Over Dodoma, minimum temperature is expected to be 15 degrees Celsius. In the Mbeya region, we're expecting minimum temperature to be 7 up to 8 degrees. In Mwanza region, minimum temperature is expected to be 18 degrees Celsius. Over Kilimanjaro, minimum temperature is expected to be 17 degrees. Over Morogoro, minimum temperature is expected to be 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. And in Arusha, minimum temperature is expected to be 13 up to 14 degrees Celsius. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, that is all for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
And that's all we have for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I'm Kanki Mwegomole. Good night.
Uongozi unauacha alama. Muundo. Na mtazamaji, moja kati ya kitu ambacho nafurahi leo hii kuzungumza nawe ni ujio wa wachezaji kutoka Brazil, na hii yote imekuja kutokana na serikali ya awamu ya 8 ilivyokuwa tayari katika mapokezi makubwa, lakini pia katika kujiandaa kwa kujenga viwanja, lakini pia kwa kuwafanya vijana wa Kizanzibari kuwa tayari katika masuala mazima ya soka. Tukiangalia hii sekta ya michezo, hakika serikali ya awamu ya 8 imefanya kazi kubwa sana. Viwanja kila kona, viwanja kila sehemu. Hebu basi tuangalie kwa kina kupitia nyundo ya Dr. Mwinyi, uongozi unaoacha alama, ni kwa namna gani sekta hii inakwenda kuwanufaisha vijana wa Kizanzibari. Kwa niaba ya taasisi ya ofisi ya Rais, ufuatiliaji na usimamizi wa utendaji serikalini ZPDB, kushirikiana na shirika la utangazaji Tanzania TBC, kwa niaba ya mpiga picha Alisef, hebu tuende basi tukupeleke viwanja vya Maisara, moja kati ya viwanja bora kabisa vilivyojengwa na serikali ya awamu ya 8. Vipaji vya vijana, hapa ndipo tunapokwenda kuviona.
Nyundo ya Dr. Mwinyi, uongozi unaoacha alama.
Kwa kweli tunamshukuru sana Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, rais wa awamu hii ya 8 kwa kazi kubwa ambayo anaifanya katika